If you're tired of chasing bargain shoppers and you want high quality patients that stick around for months, maybe even years, this series is for you. Over the next 7 days, I'm gonna show you the exact strategies that took our clients from 6 figures to 7 figures and from 7 figures to 8 figures in revenue, all while working with patients who value their health and are willing to make investments in it. These exact strategies helped one of our clients scale from $220K per month to over $8 million per month in recurring revenue. It also helped 4 other clinics scale to 7-figure months. And we did all of this within the last 12 months. So these are strategies that work today, and it's how we've helped our clients generate over $100 million in trackable revenue. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for this 4-part series. So here's what we're covering in this 4-part series. Part number 1 is gonna be the foundation. This is understanding the affluent patient psychology. We're gonna be diving into the mindset of rich people and breaking down the difference between how a poor person thinks and a rich person thinks. This is exactly why affluent people are willing to pay premium prices. This is what they value in a telehealth or brick and mortar cash-based health service. And it's imperative that you understand what these patients care about. Otherwise, the rest of this series just isn't gonna make much sense to you. So make sure to tune in to this video, which we're gonna dive right into after I cover all 4 subjects. Section number 2, crafting the perfect offer and messaging. This is where you're gonna get a little bit more tactical. We're gonna break down how to create an irresistible offer and something that's more importantly than anything speaks directly to your patients. Part number 3, we're gonna discuss advanced Facebook strategies. This is exactly how you're going to attract premium patients as you scale. And then part number 4, scaling and retention. Turning those patients into long-term revenue. It's all about keeping those patients around, increasing that LTV, where a lot of businesses really focus on how can we cut their CAC, which is cost of acquisition. We're gonna really dive into how do we get them to spend more money with us, which is a much easier thing to do than decreasing the costs. So by the end of this series, whether you're a cosmetic surgeon or a telehealth clinic, you're gonna know exactly how to run Facebook ads that attract affluent people that think more in terms of investment, not expenses. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and don't miss any part of this series. If any value is provided, I encourage you to share this with some friend of yours that you might know that would benefit from this type of course and program. So let's dive straight into how affluent people think. So one of the most common mistakes that I see in marketing space is I think most marketers, they might be very junior, some of them very young, high school, college. They don't have that much worldly experience and they don't understand the psychology of the human mind yet. Think of just basic science. They say it takes till around age 25 for the mind to fully develop. Well, a lot of people that are working in the marketing departments or the agencies that our clients have hired generally are under that age of 25. They don't really understand the psychology of humans, and you really have to understand that in order to effectively market to these. Most of these businesses, because of that reason, what they do is they rely on discounts, which boom, immediately can get sales. They work like throwing gas on the fire. But what happens is you oftentimes pushing away rich people like myself. I'll give you a perfect example. A restaurant opened up near me, and I live in Newport Beach where everything is incredible here. There is no such thing as bad food. You know, I've been to a lot of major cities. A lot of people hype up Miami and some of these places, and you know, there's a lot of amazing food and stuff there, but there's also a lot of shit. Here, everything is good. The donut shops, the bagel shops, the bakeries, everything is at least an 8, upwards of a 10. And in order for you to survive here, you have to be premium and you expect the price to be relevant. All I do is pay premium pricing for everything. For gas, pay $6 a gallon for gas here. I pay premium price for everything. So when you go into these premium restaurants and markets and then you cut yourself below that, it raises some concerns. For me, this restaurant opened up and they were offering all these discounts, red flags, red alerts, and that's exactly what happens when you are marketing these premium services. These aren't cheap. You know, you're not selling to people that are going to be paying with insurance. These are cash services that people want right now. So this is probably $1 million mistake that I see very common in the market. And again, not trying to bash or diminish anybody. We've just learned a lot. I've been very passionate about human psychology. I read a lot of books that most people might think is weird, like NLP and psychology and understanding how the mind works. And then I'm just very fascinated with business and marketing. So most businesses, they offer a discount, just like this ad here on the left, right? It's the discount service, come in the door. And what does this, first of all, scream, right? If you look at it, it's only focusing on really the price. It creates urgent, high pressure language, not in a positive way. And it attracts people that are price sensitive, that are bargain shoppers. You know, think of who you want. Do you want the people that drive the luxury cars, that dress in designer clothes, that have money, that pay premium? Or do you want the person that's looking for a deal that is on Groupon, that's on OfferUp, that's on all these discounted places and looking to get the best deal? No, like you want the person that's not looking for the best deal, that's looking for the most value, the best service, versus this other ad on the right here. You know, you can just feel the difference. And apologies to whoever's ad this is. I just searched online to see, and you can go into the ads library and see most of these businesses, they're just offering price. It's really focused on the price, where this one on the right, it emphasizes the expertise and the results. It highlights exclusivity, and it's very sophisticated. It just feels different. So very noticeable. And then you have to think of these luxury brands. When has Gucci or Louis Vuitton or Hermes, any of these brands offered a discount? They understand the psychology of affluent consumers. They don't discount because they know it's gonna devalue their brand perception. Just as that restaurant did to me when they discounted their prices to get people like me in the door, it immediately made me concerned about them being as good as they should be. Why are you discounting it? I took on a client, they were on their website, header, $1,000 off breast augmentations. I said, look, if we're working together, we gotta remove all the discounts. I want you now to be the most expensive. We are not going to be working with that. If you can't walk away from that website, getting that discount off your website, I'm not taking you on as a client. And we immediately changed it, because if you're the best surgeon and you want to sell to these people that aren't price sensitive, that aren't gonna ghost you, why would you offer a discount? The best, if I'm going to get a plastic surgery done, I'm going to a surgeon with 20 years of experience that has a 6-week minimum wait list, if not months. That's the person I wanna go to. Now, the other reason why you have to really understand this and do this part right is because of the algorithm. Many people aren't aware of how this works. So when you run discounted advertising, you know, special offers, discounts, promotions that attract new patients based around price, what happens is you attract those bargain hunters. Yeah, these people might be more in market, so you might get a lot of new signups. But then what happens is the algorithm works. It says you've engaged. Right now, I engage with a lot of 911 videos, right? So I see a lot of these. This is a GT2 RS, my favorite car by Porsche, one of my childhood dream cars. And so I see a lot of this. And guess what? My suggested content is 911 videos. They look like this. All the content on my feed is. So when it sees that I engage with this, I stop and scroll on that stuff. I share it to my friends. Guess what happens? It keeps feeding more of that to me. And as an advertiser, you have to also understand that that same AI is what is pushing your ads. So when you run a bargain discount, you get bargain shoppers to do what? Engage, to sign up, to stop the scroll. Ooh, a discount. Ooh, price savings. Ooh, I got a deal. You know the type of person that's like that. You have a friend that's like, ooh, they brag about like, oh, I got the best deal ever on this truck. I looked for months. I'm like, you wasted months of your time scouring the internet to buy a truck. Are you retarded? Like, do you know how valuable your time is? And there's people like that. So when you do this, you attract them because they engage. And guess what? The algorithm does just like it showed more of these car videos to me because I engage with it. Well, it says, oh, you want this bargain shopper? We got tons of them. And now the algorithm starts to optimize around this. So you just go in this loop of these bargain shoppers here. And it just is a downward spiral. It might be great for 30, 60 days, 90 days. And we see it, you know, I hear it countless times, if it even works. We had amazing results with this agency for the first 30, 60, 90 days, whatever. Generally, it's like some short-term time frame. And so they attract all the brokies and bargain shoppers. And then guess what happens? Their LTV goes through, their LTV just tanks. And this is known as the LTV disaster, the $222 LTV disaster. And this is actually a real client case study. So what happened was, you know, I always like to audit these businesses that I work with. So if you need help with marketing, make sure to knock out that application below. Send me a DM, my personal Instagram. I respond to all those messages. If you have any questions, concerns, need more information, reach out to me. But this is a real case study. Somebody reached out to me. They're like, Daniel, we know you're the guy for our business. We have a weight loss clinic. And you know, they did in-person and telehealth. So we're really good at that. And they're like, Daniel, we want you to come on. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, let me see if I can even help you first. Like, let's walk through the numbers, bring all your reports. So they bring all the numbers. I'm like, what's your guys' AOV? $199, a little bit low for the market, but you know, not terrible. What's your guys' cost of acquisition? They had $119 acquisition cost. I'm like, that's honestly really good. For the budget you guys are spending, I'm not sure if I can drop that significantly. I don't even know what you guys need me for. They're like, well, our LTV is only $222. I was like, okay, like how long is that? They're like, over the last 12 months. So they were getting the average patient new sign up to spend $199. And then over 12 months, that one person that signed up, or all these people that signed up, they were getting about 60 signups a month consistently. They only got they only got $23 more out of each person that they signed up, which is crazy. So that means most people didn't even stay for month 2. I look at their ads, I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. We immediately changed their pricing strategy, their offer, their messaging, everything. All the front end immediately attracted. It went down through a dip for the first like 72 hours, which is usual. And then they started seeing more bookings come in, and they were able to immediately start selling $1,000 packages that they were never able to sell before, because the offer was so important. It was attracting only people that could afford this discount, that were only in it for this. And then once that discount ended, guess what? They canceled. So this is a real story of something that happened. And you have to also understand too, like not just the price matters, but what do these affluent people actually care about? You know, one, convenience. These are the things that they value the most. Convenience. They want an effortless. I mean, it needs to be so easy. If you have to put in, like one of the biggest mistakes I see is they'll have somebody put in their name and info, fill out this form, and then they'll redirect them to another page with another like survey. And then that survey will redirect them to a calendar in which they have to put in like their information for literally like the 3rd time. And then if they get applied, they have to now put in their card information and all this stuff all over again. You know how inconvenient that is? You think, like, if I want to work with a business and I have to put my info in twice, like, that's just way too much already. 3 times, 4 times, including the card, that's crazy. So convenience is everything. You want an effortless shopping experience, scheduling experience. Virtual weight rooms are amazing. Hey, you can hop into this. Average wait time is about 5 minutes. Immediately get a prescription done from a doctor. Integrated prescription management, right? They're paying out of pocket. They can obviously have insurance, but it's like, oh, you got to schedule with a doctor. You got to wait for weeks. You know, you might have to see a specialist, all these things. So they value their time more than everything. Convenience, I would say, is one of the most important things that matter in this affluent marketing. Personalized care, again, they don't want something that just any Joe Blow can have. They want something that is going to be with a specialist, somebody who knows their stuff, understands hormones, peptides, weight loss, the right ratios, why, has celebrity backgrounds, has all these athlete backgrounds, all this stuff that they've already proven. And then they want to be transparent. Like, the worst thing you can do is have somebody jump through all these hoops and then have all this back end BS. Like, we like to be very direct. Hey, our pricing ranges from this, or just straight up, like if we're doing a asynchronous business like Hims, just gonna be here's the pricing, here's what it gets, so that there's no hidden fees. People don't like hidden fees. People don't like all this stuff. They wanna know the expected outcomes. This allows them to build confidence, and they also have to trust who is behind it, that these people are credible. It's not just some Joe Blow doctor who doesn't really know that much. So be prepared to have your medical staff and the people that are engaging, maybe they might deal with a patient coordinator or a salesperson of some sort prior to meeting with the provider, totally fine. But they need to know enough and more than these patients do about these prescriptions and treatment options, because one, you're asking them to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, and two, these are health things that they're injecting into their body for cash. It's not insurance. These are people that are highly researched. So make sure you have an authority that values the quality of the care. You know, I can't express that enough. The affluent people, they're smarter. So when you're thinking on gimmicky tactics and you lean into gimmicky tactic marketing, discount, limited time special, only 5 vouchers remaining this week only, hey, call out city, like that type of stuff, it screams with gimmicky, and it works on just the least sophisticated, poor people, and rich people, they're generally smarter. They're gonna see right through that. So make sure you're not doing that in your messaging. You know, if you're ready for somebody who is going to help you elevate your clinic, ready to take over all the front end marketing, we do that. We do everything from funnel development, landing page optimization, CRO. All you need is a working website if you're async, meaning Shopify or WooCommerce or a custom site. You need to be ready to roll up your sleeves and get stuff done. We move very quick. We'll fire clients if they don't move fast enough, refund their money, and make room for somebody else, because I'm directly invested in these businesses. I also do coaching and consulting. So if you want me to consult on your marketing team or on your business or teach you how to do it, I can do that. There's tons of value in my other YouTube videos too. I had a girl call me up. She's like, Daniel, it's crazy. She found me on Instagram. I was like, Daniel, it's crazy. You know, I followed your videos. I immediately started getting sales. And I was like, great, that's amazing. Like, what's your, you know, how's it going? She's like, I have like 11 times ROAS just from applying the strategies that I teach for her telehealth business, solopreneur nurse, and is getting an 11 times return on investment from her ads. So check out more of these videos and make sure to stay tuned for this series. We got 3 more videos coming at you.